Welcome back and welcome to day 9. Actually, this is day 10, but it's challenge number 9, our last challenge together. Thank you so much for joining me throughout this challenge. And of course, happy Friday, everyone. Let me know what you guys are going to be doing this weekend. I'm so excited because it's the first time that I'm going to go to Vegas. So if you have any tips, if you've already been, please let me know because that's going to be my weekend. But of course, let me know what you are doing during your weekend. Let me see who's with us today. I can see Tim, Valdair, Van Dam, Christy, Philippa, Michael. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much for being with me because I can see so many familiar faces. Thank you so much for being with me throughout these 2 weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed the challenges. I really look forward to see what you guys have done overall. I'm going to spend time during my traveling to review all your works, and I'm happy as always if you guys give me a shout to give you feedback and to help you out. So for those of you who have not been with us and they are following for the first time, I'm going to share one more time our most important link where you can see the previous challenges. You cannot join this challenge anymore, but of course you can watch the videos and get the files. So let me get onto the working scene. And of course, hi Paul, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining me. Una, Carla, Chad, thank you so much for joining, guys. But let's jump on the website. So as usual, we're gonna go on our amazing behance.net/challenge/Photoshop. This is the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge landing page where you can get all the information about the challenges. As you can see by scrolling down, you can get access still to all the challenges that we've been working along these 2 weeks. And again, feel free to use the file that I provided in order to work along while you watch the stream or watch the replays, or you are very welcome to use your own images. I'm always very excited to see the images that talk about your personal life, your cat. I'm a big cat lover, so you always make me very happy when you somehow insert your pets in our work. As I said, always those challenges are super beginner friendly. So if you're a first time user of Photoshop, you can feel free to join and show us even your work in progress. We're here to learn. This is a safe zone, so don't worry. The most important thing is that you get started getting your hands dirty with Photoshop. And if you're an experienced user, those are the great opportunity for you to create another exciting portfolio pieces. As you see from our previous challenges, which I'm gonna show you on my profile, we went a bit crazy. We created some surreal, psychedelic collages, and we had a lot of fun with our holiday pictures. But I'm gonna review some of your works. At the end of the day, we created some graffiti, everything in Photoshop, and of course, our portfolio cover. Yesterday, also, we created some Instagram stories, and I look forward to review them on our Behance page. But not to forget, today is challenge number 9. Today's topic is how to enhance a photo. We are really gonna look deep into how you can make your photo look professional thanks to Photoshop. Again, make sure that you click on Get Started in order to get your starter file. Is already a PSD file, so all you have to do is to download it, double click, and you'll be able to follow along with me. But let's not forget our community chat, which is Discord. You can access by clicking here on this big blue button on the behance.net/challenge/Photoshop website, or also here in Join the Community, step number 2. That the Discord community, let me bring it up for you guys, is an amazing space. Oops, there we go. I think I'm gonna have to log in here. And here we go. So that's our community chat. And as you can see, you can get information about the current challenges where you can see everyone works. You can ask for feedback, but also give feedback. As I say always, don't be afraid to ask questions. Your questions are useful for you, but are also very useful for everyone else who's there and wants to learn how to use Photoshop. Also, you can get inspired by past challenges, and you can simply chat and get to know amazing creative photographer, design students from all over the world. So let me see if you guys have any question. Aria, welcome back. Carla, Lucia, thank you so much for following along, guys. It's really nice to see that everyone is here working through until challenge number 9. But let's see. So I hope that you have already downloaded the challenge starter file, because we're going to start in a second. Again, if you're just tuning in, don't worry, we have not started yet. All you have to do is go on behance.net/challenge/Photoshop and scroll down until you see this last challenge here, enhance a photo. Today is my last day with you guys, and it's been an absolute blast to work throughout these challenges. But again, you have the entire weekend to submit your work, so feel free to browse between the videos here of these previous challenges and create your own work, which you can share on our community chat. Also, if you do not have Photoshop and you want to start to have a feel how it is to use Photoshop, those are a great opportunity to do so. And all you have to do is scroll down on the main landing page and click on here to download Photoshop. So make sure that you get your starter file, because we are gonna get into Photoshop right now. And let's get started. So if you guys have downloaded the starter file, this is the same image that you will have on your screen. If you're using your own image, all you have to do is to make sure that we are working with a smart object. The way to transform and see, first of all, if you're working to a smart object is this little icon over here on the bottom corner of the little thumbnail in your layer. If you don't see this little image here, it means that you are working with a rasterized layer, so you need to convert it into a smart object. And you can do so by simply right-clicking on pressing Command Control and clicking on your layer, and you'll have here the chance to convert it to a smart object. The reason why we want to use a smart object is because smart objects, as we've seen throughout our challenges, are our real best friend. They allow us to work non-distractively, so you can apply distortion, filters, and adjustment without losing any information of your original photos. And also you can always go back and keep editing and keep refining while you're working. Also, smart objects allow us to, they're pretty much like a container that allows us to contain many layers inside them, as we saw yesterday on our challenge. So I hope everyone is here and ready to start. Of course, you can just watch the video and then try on your own time, and make sure to put your work and share it on Discord so I'll be able to review it. But let's get started. So as you can see here, the photo, despite being a beautiful photo of a village, there was actually a picture that I took with my Google Pixel while traveling through Greece, still doesn't give all the detail, and is very, very dark. And it doesn't set that beautiful Greek atmosphere of light and party, because although you can see a little bit of light here in the middle, the shadow and the darkness of the sun behind the mountains really, really hide that happy feeling of holiday that I was definitely feeling when I was there a few months ago. Again, you can work with your own image. The most important thing before you start is that you set a mood. A mood is the story that you want to tell with your photos. So there is no real right and wrong in photo editing. Of course, having a bit of clarity and making sure that the image is sharp and on point is important, but the most important thing is to tell a story. So make sure that you have really clear the objective and what you want to communicate with the photo, or even better, what your art director wants you to communicate. So that's why we are gonna explore this editing, because they will allow you to transform your picture into a story. And let's get started with Camera Raw. Today we're gonna explore it a little bit more in depth. So making sure that you have your layer selected and you're working with a smart object, go on to Filter on the menu and click on Camera Raw Filter over here. And you'll have this beautiful workspace open up on top of your normal Photoshop workspace. As many of you know, Lightroom, which is also Photoshop Lightroom, has pretty much the same engine as Camera Raw. You have the same chance to edit a photo and develop a photo, although Camera Raw is not as powerful as Lightroom in terms of organizing and grouping photos, but you can still get a lot done over here. I'm gonna have a look at the chat and to see if there's any question. Lee, Claire, Michael, Mika, I do not speak Russian, so I cannot read that, but I hope he says Happy Friday. And if not, I'm gonna say Happy Friday again to all of you guys. Let me know what you're doing. Is again, like, I'm gonna be in Vegas. It's gonna be my very first time in Las Vegas. So if any of you has been there, please, I'm really, really eager to hear your tips. So feel free to share some tips in the chat because I'll be definitely taking notes. Hi Anna, hi Mel, hi Kirsty. Thank you so much for being here. So let's get started into Camera Raw. Before making any adjustment, I want to introduce you to this panel here on your right. The reason why I want to talk about it is because it's very easy to go there and play, and I strongly advise you to do so in order to see what effect you can achieve. But it's also important to know what you are working with, and I think the clearer you are about all of these adjustment and sliders are about, the easier will be for you to be right, oh, that's the objective that I want to achieve, that's where I should go to get it done. So let me talk you through these different blocks. As you can see, they're separated by a little gray line over here, and there is a reason, of course, for this layout. It's because each one of these group is going to tackle a different aspect of a photo. First of all, we have profile. Camera profile is the way an image get translated, how the information of the image get read by Photoshop. As you know, each pixel is a number, so the profile sets the way that the image and the information is determined into Photoshop. As you can see, the standard here is color. One very most important thing that you need to know about profile is that you can change profile without losing any quality. So you can swap between profile and you always can go back and you have no loss of quality of the image. Also, because they're all about how an image and how the information of the image are seen by Photoshop, you can achieve very, very unique result. Let me show you some of the profiles that are here. Now, it's very important that you do not confuse profile with presets, because as you can see, for example, I'm gonna choose one of the most modern. As you can see, already changes the way that the image is displayed. And for example, I'm gonna click on modern and click on close, and none of the slider has been affected. So that's the standard. That's the way the image is read as a standard. But if we wanna go back, and what is the normal one that we use here is under favorites and is color. That's the one that you always have when you're gonna open your Camera Raw. And I'm gonna press close. As you can see, the image is completely fine. We didn't lose any quality, and there is the slider are still there. This other block underneath profile is all about the balance and the white balance. And again, depending on your goal, you can make your image cooler or warmer. As you can see here, by making it warmer, it just kind of flattens a little bit, while I want to give it that crispiness. Therefore, I'm gonna keep it a little bit cooler, something around that. And each step that you're gonna add, you're gonna see the image start changing. So probably this is a little bit too much. I'm gonna keep it here. And then the tint, so with the temperature, you're normalizing the temperature, and with the tint, you're distributing the amount of green and magenta that you have in the photo. I will perhaps add a little bit of magenta because I have a lot of orange elements, so I really want to make sure that that starts to pop out. This block, which is below the white balance, is all about brightness. With the exposure, as you can see, you can make everything brighter or everything darker. With this picture, I'm just gonna make a little bit here of dark exposure because I'm gonna be bringing the details with something else in a second. Contrast, of course, makes the dark pixel darker and the light pixel lighter. So as you can see here, we can add more contrast, or we can make pixel lighter, just like so. And I'm gonna leave it like that. While highlights also works into the brightness, what you do is you are either hiding or revealing more pixel, you in fact, by subtracting some, by taking off some highlights, you can reveal more details of the photo, as you can see, or by adding, by adding highlights. In this case, you reveal more of the image. Of course, everything depends from your starting image over here. It strongly depends if your image is very dark to start with or is very bright to start with. Let me see if you guys have any question. The voice is so low. Let's see if we can help it out with the mic. I hope you guys can see me better and hear me better more than anything else. And let's see if we have a little bit of a higher volume here. It looks like I'm at the top of my volume. I hope you guys let me know if you can still hear me. Oh, it's better. Thank you, Carlos, for letting me know that it's better. Perfect. I'm glad. Let's go back into our camera roll. So again, all these sliders are about brightness. And again, white and black do exactly what highlight and shadow pretty much work the same. They just work on the absolute dark pixel and absolute light pixel for the white. I really cannot say the word pixel, apparently. I keep saying picture, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to see that you guys are hearing me better. Thank you so much for letting me know. So again, here you'll be able to control the brightness of an image. And those other blocks here with texture, clarity, and the A's, those are called special effect. Texture allows you to bring more detail into the image and it makes it way crisper. When I work with a portrait photo, I tend to bring the texture down because it makes your skin look so much smoother. So that's a good trick that you guys might want to use. And clarity gives contrast into the midtones. So as you can see, it reveals a lot of this area that is finally start to pop out. And dehaze, it can add or take out a little bit of dehaze. As you can see, if I'm gonna subtract the dehaze, we're gonna start to get a foggy effect. And again, there is no right or wrong. Depends on the feeling that you wanna achieve with your photo. So if you wanna telling a story about a foggy morning, that's probably the feeling that you will go for. But that's not what we're doing. We're talking about a fun night in Greece. Therefore, I'm gonna dehaze the image in order to make it look crisper. The difference between vibrance and saturation here at the bottom, they are pretty much the same, although vibrance is much safer to use. In fact, it protects all the pixels that are already highly saturated, and also is great when you want to enhance saturation but you have skin tones, because vibrance will protect your skin tones, while saturation will bump all and will saturate all the pixel without really looking how the picture is already. So Patty, don't worry if you're late. There is plenty of time for you this weekend to work on your challenge and to go back and watch the replay. And yes, Van Damme, I was in Greece for about 2 months. So this is one of my pictures here during my long holiday. Now, if you want to make a little bit more of local adjustment, as you can see here, for example, the middle part is the one that I really want to affect. You will go here and use one of these local filter. I, for example, use the brush, the adjustment brush, and all you have to do is to make sure that you go here on this fly menu and click on reset local correction. And as you can see, the slider go back to 0. Then all you have to do is to paint into the area. And right now you're not really seeing anything and where you're painting, but in order to have a look at where you're affecting, all you have to do is go here and click on mask. And as you can see, you can actually see lighting in red where you can mask. Also, it's very important that you have a look at this setting, which are the feather, and you can see happening over here. It gives a little bit of that border around my brush and allows you to create a much smoother transition. Once you have masked the area that you want to affect, then you can go back and, for example, in this case, I'm gonna make it warmer because that's the heart of the party here where the town is, and I'm gonna make the image warmer. and I'm gonna click again into mask to see how it looks like without, of course, the red. In order to see the difference of our changes, all you have to do is click here to swap between your before and after. And as you see, guys, in a few minutes, we already create a pretty dramatic change on our photo, and we're really starting to see all the party life here going on this beautiful city in Greece. I hope you guys find this useful. Of course, there are so many more tools. I really want to make sure that you started to explore the most important one. In order to go back into the general settings, into the general adjustment, you can click on the hand tool here. And as you can see, our panel changes. I literally got 1 minute to talk you through, maybe 2 minutes to talk you through some very important adjustment. HSL is hue, saturation, and luminance. And as you can see, it will allow you to change the tints here. So literally, if for example, I want to make this blue a little bit more purple, because I really want to explain that I'm here during the sunset, all you have to do is move it towards the right and hold the blue hue will get a little bit more of a purple tone. You can really see that on the light here from this hotel. See how much they change? The saturation will make each color more saturated, so more intense or less intense. And with the luminance, you can make it lighter. It's pretty much working with the brightness of each single color. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Another effect that I want to show you is here, and is the sharpening. I've got 1 minute to talk about the sharpening, but that's very exciting. So make sure that you follow through the end. The sharpening, as you can see, makes everything crispier. What you want to do when you work with the sharpening is to make sure that you are working at 100%. Otherwise, any other percentage is going to be misleading. As you can see, we didn't see how much sharpening we added before unless we're working on 100%. So make sure that you click here into 100% into your zoom level to see the effect that you are achieving. Now, if you want to keep the sharpening, but you only want to apply to certain area, all you have to do is to click on masking. And as you can see, we have a different amount of sharpening. If you don't know what's happening with this masking, all you have to do in order to see what's going on is to click on option or the alt key and alt. And I'm going to zoom out here just to give you a general view of what the masking does. And as you click, you can see that by bringing the masking towards 100, Photoshop goes and finds the edges. And as usual in our mask, white reveal, black conceal. So the effect will be revealed only on our edges, and we will have no issue with our image, and we can keep sharpening and make just the detail crisper. Once you're happy with your result, just press OK. And as you can see here, you have the before and you have the after. Don't worry, we're working with a smart object. So if you want to go back and refine, or maybe your client is not happy or wants to refine the result, all you have to do is to double click on camera raw filter and you can keep editing your photos. Now guys, it's time to say goodbye. I just want to make sure that you do publish your work on our chat. Remember, Discord app. I'm going to give it a big shout, this link over here, in order to join. I look forward to see you here in the chat and review your work. Also, don't forget to publish your work on Behance. I have all my challenges here. I look forward to see yours. Remember, when you create your project, you have the keyword to add, and the keyword is PS Daily Challenge. You can add it here in the setting, discoverability, PS Daily Challenge as a keyword. And I look forward to see your works on Discord. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast, and I look forward to see you guys soon. Have fun with your challenges.